Namaste, this is Vijay Ramaraju, Associate Professor, Gokaraju Rangaraju Institute of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad. Welcome to the Module 1 of Power System 1 course. In this learning dialogue video, I'm going to explain you how the power system have been evolved from its primitive stage to the present stage of smart grid technology. Let us start our journey for the power systems. Okay, in this, I'm going to compare the evolution of power systems with the evolution of human. Okay, so we all know that we have come from the ape-like animal, and now we are calling ourselves as digital natives. During this journey from ape-like animal to the digital natives, we have crossed different ages. Okay, so we have come across different ages like Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age, Dark Age, Modern Age, and the present one, the Computer Age. Okay, and we have gone through these different ages over a period of time, and it took some thousands of years for the evolution. Okay, similarly the power system also evolved from its primitive nature to the present scenario over hundreds of years. Okay, so the journey started when in 16th century, way back in 16th century, when William Gilbert found the relation between static electricity and magnetism. So this was the beginning for the journey of electrical energy. And later in 1752, we all know that Benjamin Franklin, who was very famous for his kite and key experiment, he tried to demonstrate the relation between the lightning and the electricity by this experiment. He took the help of his children and proved that there is a relation between lightning and electricity. Okay, so this is also one of the milestone in our evolution of electrical energy. So later in 19th century, when Antonio Volta discovered first battery, which was used to store the energy. This is another milestone in the journey of evolution of electricity. Okay, until that time, we used to store minimal amounts of energies in Leyden jars, using Leyden jars. And this battery gave a chance for us to store, it's not, I will not say it's bulk amounts of energy, but at least a nominal amount of energy can be stored in this batteries using chemical reaction. Okay, so that was continued, the journey was continued, and we have one more revolutionary invention by Michael Faraday in 1831. He has proved that whenever there is any change in magnetic field, there will be an induced EMF in the conductor. Okay, and this has given the birth for the electrical generators and electrical motors, who are the workhorses for an industry. Okay, so this is how our journey has started, and then in 1800, late 1870s, we have witnessed a war between AC and DC, between Edison, Tesla, and Westinghouse. Here I would like to tell a small story regarding this war of currents. In the late 19th century, there are three brilliant inventors: Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, and George Westinghouse, who battled over the electricity system which would become the standard, either AC or DC, that is alternating current or direct current. So during their bitter dispute, during this war of currents, Edison campaigned the direct current system, in which electrical current flows steadily in only one direction, while Tesla and Westinghouse promoted the alternating current system, in which the current flow continuously alternates. Okay. The most famous of these three visionary men, that is Edison, developed the world's first practical light bulb in the late 1870s. Then he began to build a system for producing and distributing electricity so that business people as well as homes could use his new invention, that is bulb. Okay. So he has started his so he opened his first power plant in New York City in 1882. This was the first power plant, that is started by Edison in 1882 by using DC generators. Okay. Later, after 2 years, Tesla, a young Serbian engineer, immigrated to America and went to work for Edison. So Tesla initially used to work for Edison. Okay. Tesla helped to improve Edison's DC generators while also attempting to interest his boss in an AC motor he had been developing. He tried to develop an AC motor while working with Edison only. Okay, but during that time, another person, Wizard of Menlo Park, a firm supporter of DC, claimed AC had no future. Okay, with that, Tesla quit his job in 1885, and a few years later, he received a number of patents for his AC technology, inventions in AC technology. In 1888, he sold his patents to industrialist George Westinghouse, whose Westinghouse Electric Company had quickly become an Edison competitor. Till that time, only Edison used to generate the electrical power using DC generators. And after Westinghouse bought the patents from Tesla, they have started generating the electrical energy using AC generators. Feeling threatened by the rise of AC, which could be distributed over long distances much more economically than DC. That is almost 30% cheaper than the DC transmission. Edison launched a propaganda campaign to discredit AC and convince the public it was dangerous. As part of this campaign, animals were publicly electrocuted with AC. And when New York State sought a more human alternative to hanging its death penalty prisoners, Edison, once who is an opponent of capital punishment, recommended alternating current powered electrocution as the fastest and deadliest option to defame the alternating current. In 1890, convicted murderer William became the first person to die in the electric chair, and this was promoted by Edison. The apparatus designed by an electricity salesman secretly on Edison's payroll was powered by a Westinghouse AC generator. What are the chair that is powered that is by Westinghouse generator. Okay, so that they can defame the AC generation in those days. Okay, but ultimately, however, Edison failed in his efforts to discredit AC. Westinghouse won the contract to supply electricity to the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago, beating out rival General Electric, which was formed in 1892 by a merger involving Edison's company. And the expo became a dazzling showcase for Tesla's AC system. Westinghouse also received an important contract to construct an AC generators for a hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls in 1896. The plant started delivering electricity all the way to Buffalo, New York, which is 26 miles away from Niagara Falls. The achievement was regarded as the unofficial end of war of currents, and AC became dominant in the electric power industry. Okay. That was the end of war between AC and DC currents, that is between Tesla and Edison, and finally Westinghouse and Tesla won the war against DC. And from that onwards, slowly the power grids started evolving. So between 1900s and 1940s, electricity networks slowly expanded and national networks constructed. Okay, that is in between 18 and 13, 1918 and 1939, interwar period, Europe headed for the idea of a single European network. Okay, instead of distributed networks, they want to go for a grid, national grid. Okay, so in 1951, France, Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Austria, and Switzerland established a grid called as Union for Coordination, Production, and Transportation of Electricity. And so in that way, the electrical networks slowly expanded and national networks were constructed in those days. Okay, so this is how the grids have been evolved from its preliminary stage And in the next video, we are going to discuss about how the electrical grids were evolved in Indian scenario. Okay, thank you.